Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm going to be testing Escape from Tarkov on Steam Deck. So this game released on Steam on the 1.0 version last week. Yeah, last week on Saturday, which is a weird day to release something, a new game, in my opinion. So I have it right here. It doesn't have a badge from Valve, but one person says that it works on Steam Deck with the install script on Lutris. And people on PC say, yeah, for some people it works, but they need to force single player. But it's if you like extraction shooters, this is the original extraction shooter, I guess. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, it crashes right away. Outside of this stream, I tried it multiple times with different Proton versions. You have to use a mod that allows you to emulate a server to play on your own without online. So yeah, it doesn't work on SteamOS so far. So what I'm going to do is launch Windows. And I want to thank Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. Instant Gaming is a website to get cheaper keys for games for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can find Arc Raiders for $34.76 US. You can also pre-order games such as Crimson Desert Deluxe Edition and Code Vein 2. There's also awesome games that I personally recommend like GTA 5, 1135, or Expedition 33, my favorite game this year, for $29.17 US. As usual, each month we're giving away one free game to one of you guys of your choice on Instant Gaming. Hit participate, follow myself and Instant Gaming in social media. And thanks again to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. Let's continue. But basically 800p and volumetrics disabled, clouds on low, balanced FSR 3. Interesting, there's FSR in this game. I played it again 9 years ago, didn't have this. Max performance HBAO, SSR on low, per texture anisotropic filtering, and yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, when looking at this location here, it drops pretty damn hard. Not fully utilizing the GPU. Probably a TDP. I don't have any ammo, I think. That's funny. It's a good way to do it. But so far, it's okay. I was expecting it dropped pretty damn hard. Well, I imagine the streets map is probably going to be hard. The front-end graph is awful. Yeah, it is. And the animations for getting hit are hilarious. Things that I missed. The head bobbing, I don't like it. FOV, I increased it a little bit. Automatic RAM cleaner, sure, why not? Only use physical cores, I disabled that because I have 4 cores and 8 threads. And I rather the game use all the threads. On graphics, basically medium textures and the rest on the absolute lowest with balanced FSR 3. And I will probably lock the game to 30 FPS. Damn it! Server connection lost. No shit. There they are. That's probably a common thing. Shit, I'm hit. But hey, at least I'm getting some action in, finally. After more than half an hour. The thing is, I don't have a flashlight on that gun. But that's the thing about playing against bots. You can do a lot of cool stuff. It looks like I know what I'm doing. I'm not. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. That I'm kind of in the middle of the map seems to be easier. Funnily enough, I left my flashlight on my gun, on my pistol, and the pistol is in my holster with the flashlight on. That's hilarious. Nice detail. The thing is, I don't know how to get out of this map. That's a problem. Yep, it looks laggy. I mean, yeah, but here we don't have much of a choice. I mean, unlock frame rates is way more responsive, obviously, but we also have screen space reflections. I didn't notice that. Like, I should probably turn that down. Still, it's pretty funny that I can play the game. Despite being PvE, this is like practice mode. It's pretty fun to be able to do this. Helping him out. It's hard to keep track of what's going on in the chat while playing this very hardcore gameplay that I'm doing. Okay. One down, and he almost gets me, the other player. Okay, those were bots, right? Please tell me those were bots. Yeah, give me the shotty. That was a scav as well. I have no idea. Okay. Yeah, another shotgun. It's probably a scav. This game doesn't support, as far as I know, controllers 100%, but you can use Steam input to map it to a controller if you want to. Okay. Another scav. A beanie. Another shotgun. Yeah, it's probably a scav. Imagine Tarkov with path tracing. I'm good. Okay, I did it. AI amount, let's put high, not horde. Horde is way too much. AI difficulty, let's put it on medium. Enable bosses, sure. Friendly scavs, I don't know what this means. Oh, there's none. Coming soon, okay. Because if you can do that, you can actually play whatever you want. Okay, there's definitely something happening with the scavs. Because my frame time is suffering way more than it usually does. Hopefully I don't get shot in the back. Scavs? Are you here? Does CS2 work well on Steam Deck? I haven't played it in a while, but I had a lot of stutters even when playing against bots. So, Streets of Tarkov. We're going to go on daytime, hit next. This will be practice mode, but we're going to have the amount of bots that we have on online, same with the amount of players. And yeah, this should give us a good idea on what would it be in a real match. Alright, so after 10 minutes of loading, give or take, we are in Streets of Tarkov. Probably the most demanding map by far. I tried it on my main PC, I geared up and tried to unlock more maps. And since this one is the most demanding one, according to the community by far, I wanted to check it out. I tried it first on my PC to have an idea on how demanding it is. And without the low quality textures for this map, there's an option in the menu for that. On my RTX 4090 that has 24 gigabytes of VRAM, it was using 22 gigs on this map, and it was dropping below 60 when looking in this direction. So, yeah, this map runs horribly bad in comparison to the others, although we're still hitting kinda 30 in certain scenarios. And by certain scenarios, I mean more closed environments. And when it comes to RAM usage on my main PC, it was using 34 gigabytes in this map. So, yeah, obviously, as I was saying, I wouldn't recommend this on Steam Deck. I'm probably going to say it later in the video, actually. I don't remember how I edit this in. But again, this is a day later after the stream. And obviously, as you can probably notice, it's still not using the entirety of the GPU, 20 FPS. Oh, I wasn't on full auto. Oh god. Okay, at least I got it. Yeah, this is definitely a bot. But hey, it worked. And the more I get into this map, the worse the frame rate gets. So yeah, this map is super demanding. Good thing I unlocked it and kept testing this. Otherwise, I would have missed this entirely. But yeah, this map, I mean, the game in general on Steam Deck is very low performance, but this map is on a whole other level. Would I play it on Steam Deck? Personally, no, especially because, well, it's not really controller friendly. You need to do Steam input to get this to actually, yeah, work on a controller. I'm using mouse and keyboard with a dock. When it comes to settings, it's basically almost the lowest settings with medium textures because we can actually get away with it. Low textures didn't run significantly different, honestly. And if we're playing against other people, the other problem is that it takes forever to load the match. I mean, the first time I tried to enter into a match, I was on the loading screen for 20 minutes, and now, I mean, that was a scav, yeah, playing as a scav online. Then when I went to playing against bots, it took like 10 minutes, and if I was doing an actual match with my own character, it took like 15 minutes to load. Then when it comes to frame rate, it's really dropping into the 30s across the board. There's not much else that you can do about it. Also, since it has easy anti-cheat, only works with the online features on Windows, you can do single player on Linux, but you need a mod that forces single player. And you're obviously at a disadvantage when it comes to the visuals and performance. When it comes to resolution, it's balanced upscaling at 800p. That means probably, yeah, less than 600p resolution. Yeah, close to 500p, I would say. And yeah, it's a pretty low resolution, a pretty low frame rate. The frame times are bad. Clearly, we are power limited, first of all. Pretty sure the CPU frequency doesn't get higher because the GPU also needs to render something. So it's not fully utilizing the GPU. And as soon as there's a lot of enemies on screen, in this case, because I forced having a lot of enemies, a lot of AI, which is unrealistic in this case, the frame times are worse. And then when you get into finishing loading something, the game freezes for like 20 seconds, and then you know that it loaded. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it on Steam Deck. On the other maps, honestly, I haven't tried them because I didn't know I had to unlock them. I mean, the game launches, it works, but it takes forever to load. So anyway, those are my thoughts of Escape from Tarkov on Steam Deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly did. Most of the time I was looking at a loading screen, but that's fine. I love talking to you guys. You guys helped me a lot. And I'll obviously be checking it out again once I get to the streets map. Alfred, turn off my Steam Deck.